Hello. Um, my name's Rosemary. I'm the Healing Oracle. Just popping on to do some readings. Pulling some cards, uh, chatting. So, as always, remember, take your meds. I already did mine. I already did mine. And drink some water. It's very important. I have my coffee here. Uh, so, give me just 1 second so I can share the link on my personal page. Okay, we're going. There we go. Okay, that is done. Okay, here we are. All right, so I wanted to start today by showing a gift that I got. My roommate got me a little journal yesterday. Look at how cute, and it has like the cutest like pages in it. It's like a series of like 10 different pages. Like this one says things that made me smile today. Write a funny quote, draw a doodle. You know, really cute stuff. The whole page. Um, ways I have made the world a better place. Like, look at that. That is so adorable. So I'm really thankful for that. Right up my alley. Uh, I'm not sure where she got it. I'll have to ask. But that's so cute. Um, yeah. And there's my Lokadoka. He is also so cute. Um, but dive into these readings. So, let's start with the Keeper of the Light deck. This is by Kyle Gray. And with this deck, we're just gonna look to find, what Keeper of the Light should we focus on today? What should we look into the lore, the story, or this is gonna resonate with us. So whatever I draw, if you're watching this, I highly suggest Googling, going to Wikipedia and looking up more of whoever I'm gonna pick. Oh, hello. I think that's a mistake. Go. Okay, first up. Really? Paul the Venetian. I did a reading recently and pulled him. Um, Paul the Venetian. Here's the card. Here's what it looks like. If I can. There. And it says, Experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. How nice. I'm going to draw one more. Ooh, we got Isis. There she is. Magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. Sweet. So I'm going to pull out the book because it gives a little tidbit about all of them. So, Paul the Venetian. It says about Paul the Venetian is said to be the ascended form of Paolo Veronese, a famous artist of the Italian Renaissance. The Venetian refers to the fact that he was connected to Venice, Italy. It is believed that on his passing in 1588, he had the opportunity to help humanity by sharing his lifelong wisdom. He is the keeper of the light who helps us accept our talents and hone our skills so that we can share the beauty of our soul with the world. He brings waves of good energy, grace, and encouragement, and works with all artists, musicians, designers, and anyone else who needs support in channeling their talents. There you go. So, um, it focuses on like the arts, musicians but don't think about it that grandiose. Paul the Venetian, creativity in general, and we use creativity for every aspect, for every problem. Oh, hi, Brandy. How you doing? Nice to see you in the chat. Yeah, and if you're in the chat, don't be a stranger. But yeah, that's Paul the Venetian. So, any problem that you're having usually requires some creativity. So, Paul the Venetian is a really good character for that creativity. So Google, look into the lore a little bit, look into his history. Um, yeah, really, I'm noticing, there's the rose in his chest, and he's wearing green robes, very heart chakra esque. So very, very interesting. So there's also an extended message that I'll just read really quick. Whatever creative ideas you are having at this time, they are inspired by the divine. Paul the Venetian is here to help you channel your gifts. You may have felt blocked or held back in the past, but now it's time to recognize how talented you really are. Follow your bliss and share your grace. Your creativity is a gift to the world, and as you share it with all those around you, you make space in your heart for goodness to enter. Recognize your gifts today and express your creative self in a way that suits you. That's nice. So with that extended message, you can kind of get how it can branch, just not from, being an artist or a musician, but, to the everyday life. Next up, we have the Isis card. Here we go. Magic manifesting. Your dreams, visions, and goals are becoming reality. Stay focused. These two cards go really well together. I'm going to read about Isis is a strong, smart, and focused Egyptian winged goddess. I like that. According to legend, she was able to move from darkness to light and between the underworld, heaven, and earth. For that reason, whenever she comes to us, she will help us move from the hell of our own fear into the heaven of our own love. She was also able to revive her lover, Osiris, from the dead. And this powerful allegorical story shows how she can help us revive an aspect of our life or a dream that we may have killed off with fear or lack of self-belief. With her magical abilities, Isis will guide us to bring our dreams into reality. That's awesome. The extended message for her: you are moving into a space where your dream reality is becoming your outward reality. This is an extremely powerful time, and it's vital to keep focused on the highest good of all. You no longer want to relive your own history and or feel unsupported. Acknowledging where you once were and how you have changed that situation around is a powerful focus of gratitude that will align you with universal abundance. Wow. Hey, TJ. And Maria. Okay. Let me finish up this card, Maria, and I will pull one for you, okay? So, discipline and commitment are important now. Consider that you are moving between worlds when you daydream or create visions and bring life-enhancing ideas into reality. Magic is manifesting all around you. This is exciting. I like that it added "this is exciting" at the end, because when we have a new project or new task or something that we need to tackle, it can be kind of daunting, but it's exciting. It's all a matter of perspective, for real. So try, if you're encountering something new, try really hard to shift that perspective. Shift the anxiety to excitement. And, a little bit of anxiety is fine. Anxiety is natural, The example that I always go back to is test taking. A little bit of anxiety for test taking is good because it helps us study, it helps us be prepared. But we all know when anxiety gets too much and when it starts to become detrimental to us. So when even before you reach that point, but especially if you're at that point, try really hard to just shift your focus to, from the anxiety to that excitement, same, two different sides of the same coin. Okay? Now Maria. Yeah, and then Chris is up next. So Maria, we're going to draw a card for you. I'm going to stick with the Keepers of Light deck for you. Okay, so after this reading, go Wikipedia it up, look up this, whoever you get, okay? Because I can only tell you so much, from the story, from what I have. So. Maria. Here we go. You got El Moria. try to get it focused a little bit. So, awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. El Moria is an interesting one. I don't remember it off the top of my head. So El Moria is a spiritual name that was given to protect the identity of Ranbir Singh, a spiritually aware man born into a powerful family that ruled Kashmir in the 19th century. It is said that he interceded both spiritually and physically to stop the British invasion of the region in 1845. This wise soul is now able to help us remove any energy from our life that is not serving our connection to God. He is a wonderful guide to call on if we are unsure if something is real or not. He helps awaken our I am presence, which is our truest connection to our soul and to universe itself. So Maria, El Moria, definitely look him up. He's a very interesting character. But I am statements. That is, our root chakra. That is our sense of self, really. So, especially if you're feeling a little, you don't really know who you are right now. This card is definitely for you. We can all use some I am statements. Make sure they're positive. Don't sink into the anxiety, depression, fear. Don't let those be I am statements. Definitely make sure they're positive. And no, I am not. We as humans, when we put a positive spin on it, it gets us better results. So stick with I am, not I am not. I am. So if you want, let's just say, I am not closed-minded. Instead, you would say, I am open-minded. Okay? It's important. It's really important, and people get tripped up sometimes. So I would just want to make sure. But his extended message: spiritual protection is important at this time. Ensure that you are cleansing your energy before putting on protection. El Moria is here with a legion of angels to help you understand where you are at now. Fire up your divine connection and detach from dramas, people, places, and emotions that no longer serve you. Remember that within you, there is a mighty soul light. Allow that light to shine through your entire being. Then call on El Moria and his angels to surround you in a light that will keep you safe on all levels. Also know that facing fears and seeing the truth will strengthen your connection to the universal life force. Awesome. So for a little bit of protection, definitely, so a very good point that this card brought out is when we protect ourselves, if the energy inside of the protection is kind of not good, is stagnant, is dirty, that's not going to help us. So do something to cleanse your energy first. This could be singing your heart out. This could be dancing, preferably with the windows open if you're inside. The energy's got to go somewhere. I love in the shower when, the water's coming down, I imagine it washing away all of that gross stuff. All of the, the anxieties from the previous day, anything, if I had a bad dream, if I, just anything bad that I don't want to focus on. I go to the shower and let it do its magic. Water is so healing. Water is cleansing on its own. So that would be my suggestion to you. As far as protection, you can do it simply intention. Something, I had a yoga class last night, and we did this thing where I got a wall here, so I can't put my hand out, but you put your hands out, all the way, and you say, this is your bubble, in a Y, all that. Helps you really visualize that is your bubble. That is your protection. Or if you need something a little more physical, there are, you can throw the salt over your shoulder. Bay leaves are my favorite. Make a soup with bay leaves. The great soups in general, the stuff that goes into them are protection based for the most part. So eat some soup. Besides that, I think that's all I have for El Moria. Definitely look into him, though, for sure. Okay, next up, we got Chris. All right, Chris. Hope you're still here. Some people, when they'll say they want a reading and then they'll pop off, which I know we all got lives. I'll still do a reading for you if you're not here. You're welcome, Maria. Okay, Chris. Here we go. Let me mix them up even more. Because I highly doubt that you're going to get El Moria too. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, look at you. You got Odin. Psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. It's really hard to get this to focus, but there's Odin. So, Chris, this one is telling you, without even reading the book, trust your intuition. You're right. Whatever it is, you're right. Could be someone's lying to you. You know, it could be a myriad of things, but you're right. Whatever you have in mind right now, you're right. Either fortunately or unfortunately. So I'm gonna read Odin because I've actually never read Odin in this deck. So we're all familiar with Odin, you know, with Marvel as big as it is. So about Odin. Odin is the Norse all-father god who is revered to the present day. He is a powerful, all-seeing, all-knowing god. His twin flame is Freya, and, like her, he has a raven totem. The story goes that he surrendered one of his eyes at a mystical spring called Mimir, so that he could gain the wisdom of the ages. He is a strong but somewhat wild character who helps us reawaken our natural psychic instincts and open our third eye so we can look beyond the physical senses and into the spiritual realms. He also helps us recognize that it's okay to have insights into what's happening next. After all, we are the creators of our path. Odin guards the runic alphabet too, and works closely with signs, symbols, and omens. So, this is telling me maybe work on a sigil. I don't know if you are familiar with sigil making. It's kind of hard to make a sigil incorrectly. You just kind of, you know, whatever you want to, positive statements again, I am statements, not I am not, or I won't, or, you know, stuff like that. Something like, I am healthy. Nice. You've been working with your third eye chakra. That's very cool. Yeah, sigil making for that is great, you know. Really pull from, you know, the way I do it. So if you're doing I am healthy, you kind of toss out the vowels. At least I do. That's how I do it. And then I take the consonants and I just look at the shapes, and eventually, you know, I'll doodle and something will come to me, and that's my sigil for that thing, you know. But yeah, third eye chakra is great. A little word of warning that I will give, because I just don't know where you are on your path, you know. That if you're finding trouble with your third eye chakra, start from the bottom, go back to the root, and keep working your way up. A lot of people, me included, when I first started, I wanted to expand without rooting, and then, you know, I guess there are worse things, but it can make you just super flighty, and I find more susceptible to not necessarily mental illness, but feelings of anxiety, of stuff like that, because up here you're all abuzz, and there's nothing to ground you down here, if that makes sense. So just if you ever get uncomfortable with your third eye work, that would be a place to go, you know. And then your extended message, I've been talking. You are being encouraged to look beyond what your physical eyes are showing you. Look within and follow your intuition or psychic visions. You may want to plan ahead at this time. It's important to keep your mind and energy focused on the best possible outcome. There will be signs and symbols from the light to tell you that you are on the right path. Be aware of winged beings gracing your path as a wink from Odin and the Light Keepers to say that they are honoring your work. That's nice. Right on. Okay, who was up next? TJ. TJ's up. What Keeper of the Light are you gonna get, TJ? Let's see. Oh, and TJ, don't worry about your mom. I've handled worse. So much. That's gonna be the last one. Right on. Okay. You're welcome, Chris. Alright, TJ, you got Cernunnos. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. But but he's neat. Oh, come on. There you go. So, life force. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. And remember, that's not only for other people, but for yourself too. This one, if I remember, he's kind of like a satyr. So, I think of satyr, like playful, raunchy, but loving towards themselves. Like they're all. I get the feeling they're all about them, which is good sometimes. But let's read. Oh yeah, it's not Sir. It's Cernunnos. Cernunnos. There we go. Also known as Herne, is a Celtic stag god who represents connection to the earth. He is one of the oldest recognized Celtic gods and features on the Gunstrup Cauldron, a giant silver vessel from the Iron Age. He is the lover of the Great Mother and impregnates the land so that it will be filled with life. He can help us form a connection with the animal spirits and ancestors of our land. Extended message. There is a deep buildup of life force within you now, and a need to channel it into action. You may have extra energy, or be more alert than usual, or be aware of a sense of increased sensual or sexual energy. If you have been unsure how this ties into your spiritual path, know that it can allow you to access the richness of your soul. When we are not expressing ourselves sexually, our spiritual potential can become tamed or muted. So if you are denying yourself a desire, ask yourself how you can fulfill it. Ask Cernunnos to help you access your sexual self so that you can express it with integrity and in a way that honors your soul. If you and your partner are trying for a child and this card appears, fertility is very possible, especially if Bridget, Cernunnos' twin flame, is present. I don't think you're doing that one. So, what else can I say about this? The card is about desire. Make sure your desires are not rooted in unhealthy things. I'm going to speak on my experience. Just like binge eating is my thing. Food. Got a bag of munchies right here. Right here. I could eat that whole thing right now. But that's unhealthy. And those are the kinds of things that, while this card is celebrating our desire, celebrating especially our sexual and sensual desires, which you'll be very surprised at how closely linked those are to our other desires. We have to celebrate those, but we also have to be aware. And, a warning is to check where those desires are coming from. What place are those coming, where is it coming from? For real. Because it's very, very easy for us humans to feel negative emotions or to feel a hole, grief, whatever, and try and fill it with whatever we can, whether that be something very unhealthy like fast food, or negativity. We can fill the void with negativity, or something not as seemingly detrimental like exercise or learning, like reading books, that kind of thing. Reading books when I was a kid, I used to read books for escapism, and now that I kind of, I look back on it and I'm like, yeah, sure, I was reading, I was, really great at it, but I was using it to escape. And sure, sometimes we need to escape, but we can't escape forever. So it's just denying the inevitable. So the things that I wasn't facing back then, I've had to face now as an adult. You know. Um, so here's this card again. I would recommend TJ journaling or even just talking to yourself. I like journaling because you can get it down, or if you have a phone that records audio, talking can do wonders. I'll have to look it up again, but there are studies, that say just vlogging, even if you don't share it to anybody, vlogging and talking out what you need to talk out, can work wonders and can make you feel, I don't know, like just comforted, I guess. Like it's hard to explain. But that if you are ever feeling, like you don't have anyone, pop on that recorder. If you got a webcam, talk to yourself. For real. It's gonna, because you are there for you, and it's really hard to separate that. I've digressed from this card big time. TJ, sensual and sexual energies are on the rise. Love yourself and don't shy away from it. So next up, Brandy. Hello, Brandy. Let's do you now. What is your keeper of the light for the day? And I should say, every once in a while, I'll put a post on my Healing Oracle page that I'll do intuitive card pulls, which is basically just what I'm doing here. I'll type a response, which is very similar to what I'm saying now. So I don't know if there's a way you can like follow my page to get updated when I do that. So just keep your eyes peeled if you like getting these little card pulls, because I do them every so often, just in text form. Okay, Brandy. Oh, beautiful human. You're beautiful too, Brandy. Yeah. Ooh, very pretty card. Brandy, you got Charity. So, prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask, and you shall receive. Make sure you want to receive it before you ask, though, because it's going to come to you. So Charity. Getting so many cards I haven't gotten before, man. Thank you guys for giving me this opportunity. So, Charity. About her. Faith, hope, and charity are a trinity of archangels who are dedicated to helping us regain our natural traits of kindness, trust, and faith in the highest good. Charity is the twin flame of Archangel Chamuel? Never heard of that one before. She has a great spirit that encourages us to undertake the spiritual practices of prayer and meditation. Prayer is the way we speak with the divine, and meditation is the way we open ourselves to receive the answers we need to hear. Charity is also the angel who kisses the forehead of all those who pray in support of others. She absolutely loves to see this kindness because it creates an inspirational, healing wave of goodwill to the world. Her extended message. The powerful Archangel Charity is drawing close to you at this time because she has recognized that you have goodness in your heart and you have put others first. She brings you thanks and support. Move into prayer and meditation with regard to any decisions you have to make at this time. You are being guided to take the time to breathe and receive. Know that you will have a real surge of intuition when it's time to move forwards. Thank the angels for guiding you towards your highest good, and welcome Charity into the space with you. Wow. That's a great card. I love this card. I think this is my favorite one so far. This is all what I'm about. This is the Healing Oracle page. This is all what it's about. This is what it came from. Just that, Charity, I like it as her name, but I don't view it as an act of charity. Okay? I want to make that clear. It's an act of humanity. When you put other people in your prayer intentions, it's empathic. It's humanity. It's not charity. You're not giving to the less fortunate. These people are not less fortunate than you. You are just being kind and, you know, protecting them in your mind. Um, I get the view just right now of like an egg carton, you know, and you're putting each of these little eggs in, you know, this is mom, this is dad, this is my best friend, this is, you know, this is the person at the grocery store that was really rude to me, but, you know, they need some healing, so I'm going to put them there too. You know, all these different people in this egg carton to protect them, you know, that's, you know, when I have someone in my prayers and meditations, my intentions, that's kind of how I view it, you know. You're like bubble wrapping these. Um, Definitely not an act of charity. These people, that's one thing that uh, spirituality, there we go, can enhance someone's ego. Big time. Um, if you are not rooted, if you're not doing it from a place of humility and from, you know, mutual understanding, it can really boost your ego in a negative way. And that's when I think of charity, when I think of doing this as an act of charity to someone who's not as, you know, well off, I see that happening. You know, if that's how you view your, you know, your intent and your protection, just be mindful of that. You know, always keep that compassion and always keep that humility, no matter how much good you're putting out into the world. I don't care how much money you give. I don't care. You know, that's how you get people like Jeff Bezos and all those millionaires that are able to give, billionaires actually, that are able to give all of this money, and they think they're so high up because they're giving this money, and it can like sweep under the rug all the other stuff, and that's not how it works. Um, I digress. Yeah, but definitely, this card is all about prayer and meditation and contemplation. So definitely, you know, if yoga's your thing, get out your yoga mat and do some maybe self compassion. I just took a self compassion yoga class yesterday. It was awesome. But you know, do a YouTube search. You know, dive into this. You are being called to prayer. You are being called to just be in your head. You know, in a good way. Don't, you know, if you're in your head and you get these feelings of anxiety, depression, fear, you know, analyze those, check those out, but then let them go. You know, um, don't, you know, meet these memories, meet these feelings, but don't let them have a power over you. You know, um, yeah, awesome. That's a great card. I really hope, you know, you're a fellow light worker, and, you know, pleased to meet you. Um, you know, show your light. No, none of us have to hide anymore. It's our time. You're welcome, Brandy. And like I said, I do these card pulls on my page every so often, not with live form, but just, you know, a text post. So keep an eye on those. Oh, man. Okay. Well. Oh, okay. Yeah, you know, I think, that's about all I got today. I want to end today. I have this self-compassion mantra up here, and I'm going to try really hard every video I do, or podcast, or whatever. I want to end it on this note, because it's just so good. Alright, so the mantra is, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, and may you be loved. Alright? Now, I get mantras when saying them out loud. It can feel kind of hokey. It can feel kind of weird, especially if, you know, you're doing it in front of a mirror or something. So we're going to do it. You know, I'm going to say it 4 times right now. And then we're going to end the video. So I hope all of you have a lovely day, weekend, until I see you next, okay? So we're going to put our hands over our heart. And we're going to say, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, may you be loved. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, and may you be loved. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, may you be loved. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, and may you be loved.